So the other day I was outside just working around the yard, and as you'll see in a little bit, I had a little bit of excitement. Um, One of my hives decided to split, and this was from a nook I got just back in April. Um, anyway, that's not something you want to see your hives doing, is swarming away and leaving. But what actually happens is the hive starts getting ready for that, and so they'll make some what we call queen cells or seeder cells, and the half of the hive will go with the old queen. She'll leave and they'll go with her and leave behind about half the hive. It could be 40%, 60%, whatever. So I watched this happen, and I caught the swarm in the air on camera. So that was really cool. And so you'll see that in a minute. And I followed it, and because I didn't want it to get away from me this time. And so it ended up in one of my cedar trees, and my husband was able to get a 20-foot ladder to get up there to capture. Well, he got the ladder and climbed up and had a sawzall and was cutting the limb as I'm holding the ladder steady. And I didn't have my bee suit completely on. It was just halfway, it was around my waist. And as he started cutting, the bees, they're all in a cluster on the limb. And, and it jerked somehow, and like a bunch of bees fell right on top of me, which I screamed and ran off a little bit, but they didn't sting me. Bees that are swarming usually are very docile. They're not aggressive. And so I went back, and he finished cutting the limb and brought it down, and we got the bees into a nook box that I had, and we let them get adapted to that box, had it sit for a little while they all got in there, and then I transferred them to another box. But my problem was I didn't have a place for this hive box. I only wanted 5 hive boxes to take care of, because I'm really still an amateur beekeeper. And so I had my 5 little hive boxes, and which are doing quite well, as you can see. And actually I got into these the other day, and I've got so much honey going on, especially in this one. The top of that thing it weighs probably more than 50 pounds. And then I've got honey going on in this one, and this one hopefully pretty soon. Well, all of them have some honey in them. So anyway, we didn't have a place to put a new box, so we quickly made. I thought, I just made a strawberry planter out of a pallet the other day, me and my daughter. And so I said, we had another pallet laying around. I said, let's use this pallet and make a stand for the box. And so we did. So while the bees are going into the nook box that I had, it's just a white corrugated plastic, those things like you make signs with, campaign signs, and it's made out of that. They were going into that because it takes them a while, once they get all stirred up, to go to the right to all get in there. So the queen was in there, so they were going in. So while they're going in and we're waiting on that, we made a stand. And so I'm going to show you what that stand looked like. But first I'm going to let you watch the other part of the video and we'll put it together. Yeah, Houston, we may have a problem. My bees look like they're swarming. Hope that's not it. Hope it's a mating flight, but I don't know. I've set a box up over here to try to catch them. We'll see what happens. Got to see where they go. Looks like they're going over there. Let me see. Are they going in this redbud tree? I don't know. Looks like they're going that way. Come on, girls. Where's the queen? Where's the queen? I know they're flying all over. Flying all over. Well, I'm trying to figure out where they're going. So my bees swarmed. Well, we caught it. We're up in that tree. Had to get a ladder, cut the limb. There's the limb. And it shook a lot of them down when he was cutting, but we got most of them in the box. They're still kind of swarming around here, flying around, but they're all heading to the nook box. So then I'm going to take them back over there and get them more room in their home, so the queen will be happy. Trying to get in there. See if I need to open the box. Just a tad bit. They're hanging. See them hanging? Got them on the ground. They'll go in. I'm gonna make sure I got a hole for them to go in. Yeah. Alright. Let's leave them for a little bit and come back and check them. They'll go in there. Be better if the hole was on the ground, but they'll get in there. Let's see. They'll get up in there. Queen's in there. That's why they're clinging on the box. So they'll get in there with her in a little bit. Come back a little bit. Check it. Few more bees on the outside of the box. So I'm going to try to help them inside and watch them. They're going to cling together.
It should.
Okay. We got a few out here. Late to the party. Y'all get in there if you get in.
They're coming out.
Alright, y'all just gonna have to follow me. There she is. Come on. Not a baby. They have their new home waiting. So now I'm gonna shake them in here. I don't have a queen in here.
Probably should have my suit on.
No, they're not. Not many left. There we are. Alright, they should find their way in there. They're going in. Uh-oh. Might get a few from the old hash. So they split from this hive. The old queen left and took half of them with her. We got new queens in there about to hatch. And so a lot of baby bees in there. So this is a whole new, we're gonna start a whole new hive right here from scratch, basically, except there's a queen and a bunch of bees. Now they gotta get busy drawing out the comb. And they're going in. Get these out of the air in there. I didn't mean to have 6 hives, but the bees had other ideas. So, yeah. And now we're going to switch these 2 top boxes around so that they can keep making honey.
You need help? You may keep
Alright.
video.
off. Oh, it's heavy. Oh. That's a honey. It's that empty one basically just has frames with a few bees flying around, crawling around on it. So now, hate it, but you always squish a few when you're doing stuff. Okay. Where's my top one? Okay. This has to come off. Yeah. Oh. Ah, put the lid on. Okay, dog.
It's crooked.
Okay. So, I'm going in here. Ah, it's gotta get them all out of there. Alright, well, they'll go in. Okay, they'll get settled down here in a minute. I'll come back and check them. Thing got melted onto the top. Alright. That's it. Number 6. Okay, so here's what we got out of the pallet. Here's what we ended up making with the pallet for the new hive. And here's my new hive. And the problem with my new hive box is I didn't have the right top. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So here is the pallet stand that we made. So we just cut it kind of almost in half, and then we took part of the back off and made legs, and actually had to get another pallet to get enough legs to make the legs on it, and then we used a crossbar off of the back also to make it sturdy. So this is my new box, and as you can see, they look pretty good. So these bees came out of this hive. And this hive is still doing good as well. So I've got 2 hives. I had a split. And I'm so excited that I was able to catch them before they left and went somewhere else. So they are separated by 4 other boxes. And this is not the right top, so I've got another top ordered. It's going to be a plastic one like the one down there. The third one on that row is plastic. But it'll do for now unless there's a big wind. So I'm going to put this on top of it just in case, because it looks like it wants to rain right now. So it's not real windy, but you never know around here when that wind's going to pick up. So I'm excited about these bees, and even though I didn't want any more hives, we're going to do okay. And actually I have room for one more. So I've been watching these other ones to make sure they're not going to do the same thing. And I think they're good. They looked okay. Lots of babies. Love seeing those new baby bees. And we were watching some hatch. It was cool. They were just coming out, little baby bees. And they're lighter in color, they're smaller. And they were just crawling out of the little holes and kind of stretching their wings. So neat, y'all. So neat. So probably next month, I'm going to be getting some honey off of these hives. And that's going to be fun. Because I got a honey extractor for Mother's Day. So we'll be making some videos of that when we get that going. So be good and feed the bees. Plant flowers. They love my clovers. You know, my neighbors may not love me, but I mowed my pasture the other day, but I left the clovers. Can you see them? They love white clover. So this is going to be white clover honey. Have a great day. Be good, be happy.